try to hide inside my broken pieces, believing my story had already ended. I buried my failures where no one could see them, convinced it was too late for me to be loved. But in the middle of the damage I had made, you came looking for me again. You did not point a finger at my past, you only spoke my name and let me stay. And you rewrite my story, even when I shattered every part of me. You gather all my fragments and tell my heart that I can still believe what shame was trying to erase. Your grace begins to recreate, because you write my story and teach my soul to start again. Sometimes I look back at who I used to be and tremble at the weight of every mistake, at words that still echo inside my memory, and every fall I never learned to explain. But you step into the guilt I carry with a peace I cannot comprehend. You do not hide the scars I'm holding, you take them all and help me rise again. And you rewrite my story, even when I shattered every part of me. You gather all my fragments and tell my heart that I can still believe what shame was trying to erase. Your grace begins to recreate, because you write my story and teach my soul to start again. Turn my morning into a future filled with hope. You say come back, you say beloved, you say living, even when I felt so numb. You say mercy, you say morning, you say now, this is where your joy begins. Tell my heart that I can still believe what shame was trying to erase. Your grace begins to recreate, because rewrite my story and teach my soul to start again. And you rewrite my story. In your light I learn to breathe. You pull my soul out of the darkness and teach my feet to walk in peace, even when my past keeps shouting. Your mercy speaks much louder still, because rewrite my story and you make me truly new. You rewrite my story, and here I begin again. myself sitting in the dust of my own decisions, without the courage to look your way again. My soul kept whispering that I deserved nothing, that I was the one who ruined my own fate. But you stepped into my silence with a voice louder than my mistakes. And even when I hid myself from your grace, you offered me a brand new heart. When God lifted me from the ground, I felt His love break through my shame. He took my guilt one piece at a time and exchanged it for His promise and His name. Even when my past keeps shouting loud, His mercy always speaks much more. When God lifted me from the ground, that was the moment my life truly began. Sometimes I look at all my old scars and remember how much damage I had done. But you never reject the marks I carry. You use them to reveal what your power has won. Because your grace will never run empty, and your patience has no end. You met me exactly where I fell and said, this is where you rise again. When God lifted me from the ground, I felt His love break through my shame. He took my guilt one piece at a time and exchanged it for His promise and His name. Even when my past keeps shouting loud, His mercy always speaks much more. When God lifted me from the ground, that was the moment my life truly began. You remind me it is not too late, that your love always starts again. You transform my deepest falling into a brand new way to stand. You say come back, you say beloved, you say living. Even when I was lost, you give me strength, you give me tomorrow. And in your hands my story is restored. When God lifted me from the ground, I felt His love break through my shame. He took my guilt one piece at a time and exchanged it for His promise and His name. Even when my past keeps shouting loud, His mercy always speaks much more. When God lifted me from the ground, that was the moment my life truly began. When God lifted me from the ground, I realized He never walked away. What I thought was the end of my story, He turned into who I am today. Even when my hands still tremble at the past, your grace keeps calling me back home. When God lifted me from the ground, your love restored my heart and soul. In your hands I begin again. I stood in silence, staring at my ruins, with shame still trembling in my voice. thought I'd gone too far beyond forgiveness, that nothing was left between you and I. In the dust where I fell exhausted, I heard your grace speak out my name. You did not call me from a distance, you came close, like someone who still believes. With you I begin again, with you I learn to breathe. Your grace keeps lifting me back up. With you I begin again. I am not my fallen Lord. Your voice names me something more. Today my story changes tone. I am not my fallen Lord. There are still days that pull me backward, old mistakes that try to say my name. But when you look at me, you do not repeat my past. You speak a future wrapped in grace. You make a home where I saw failure. You make a road where I set in. What I buried out of fear and weariness, in your hands begins to live again. In the place where guilt was shouting, your mercy spoke much louder still. You lifted every weight that judged me, gave my beating heart belief. With you I begin again, with you I learn to breathe. Your grace keeps lifting me back up. With you I begin again. I am not my fallen Lord. Your voice names me something more. Today my story changes tone. I am not my fallen Lord. You did not grow tired of waiting when I grew tired of believing. You did not close the door on me even when I failed repeatedly. You called me son inside my night. You gave my soul a brand new name. Where I believed that everything had ended, your love decided to begin. You took the garments of my shame and dressed my heart in dignity. You held my deepest broken crying and turned it into steps of faith. With you I begin again, with you I learn to breathe. Your grace keeps lifting me back up. With you I begin again. I am not my fallen Lord. Your voice names me something more. Today my story changes tone. I am not my fallen Lord. With you I can always begin again. There were moments I could barely rise, when even faith felt hard to hold. I felt the weight inside my chest and wondered how I'd make it home. But in the stillness of my weakness, I felt you closer than my fear. You did not ask me to be strong, you simply stayed and drew me near. You stayed when I could not stand. You held my heart inside your hands when everything was falling through. You stayed and carried me through. I lost my strength but not your love. I lost my ground but not your care. You stayed when I could not stand. And I am still here. There are scars I still remember, names I whisper in the night. But now I feel your presence near, turning sorrow into light. You teach my soul to denying what I feel. You show me healing does not rush. It learns to breathe and slowly heal. You stayed when I could not stand. You held my heart inside your hands when everything was falling through. You stayed and carried me through. I lost my strength but not your love. I lost my ground but not your care. You stayed when I could not stand. And I am still here. You are my shelter in the waiting. Oh, you are my anchor in the night. Oh, you never left when I was breaking. You stayed and taught my soul to rise. You stayed when I could not stand. You held my heart inside your hands when everything was falling through. You stayed and carried me through. I lost my strength but not your love. I lost my ground but not your care. You stayed when I could not stand. And I am still here. You stayed when I could not stand. And now my feet are learning faith. You turned my tears into a path and taught my heart to walk in grace. What tried to end me did not win. Your mercy brought me through the pain. You stayed when I could not stand. And I was still again. Oh, you stayed. And I am still here. There were days when silence screamed too loud. couldn't find its way. I wore my pain like a heavy crown and waited for the break of day. You stepped in my darkness with a voice I thought I'd never hear, and you reminded me with every word that you've been near, you've been here. When hope became my song again, you taught my heart to breathe. You took the sorrow, turned it to grace, and gave me strength to believe. When everything seemed far away, you whispered that I'm never alone. When hope became my song again, I found a place to call home. Home. There are still days the shadows linger, but now I see your light shine through. The broken pieces of my spirit are where your love can make me new. You healed the wounds that left me trembling, and showed me where my soul belongs. You taught me how to stand in faith when I couldn't find where I went wrong. When hope became my song again, you taught my heart to breathe. You took the sorrow, turned it to grace, and gave me strength to believe. When everything seemed far away, you whispered that I'm never alone. When hope became my song again, I found a place to call home. You held me when I thought I'd fall. You showed me strength in every tear. You made me whole when I was shattered, and gave me something to hold dear. When hope became my song again, you taught my heart to breathe. You took the sorrow, turned it to grace, and gave me strength to believe. When everything seemed far away, you whispered that I'm never alone. When hope became my song again, I found a place to call home. You took my brokenness and made it whole, and now my heart forever sings. Even when my soul was buried deep, you brought me back to life within. When hope became my song again, I rise again with you, my friend. Oh, I'll rise again with you, my friend. When hope became my song again, I found a place to call home.